let's talk about your recently commissioned 2 gigawatt ethylene polythene film plant. Now that the plant is operational and is co-located at Ambala, what is the expected improvement in your margins due to elimination of logistics and import costs for this going forward?
Yeah, so this 2 gigawatt encapsulant, which is EPE plant, has been commissioned as was also disclosed in our RHP and DRHP. This 2 gigawatt plant will actually it's part of our backward integration initiative, where we are getting into ingot wafer cell manufacturing, you know, raw material as well. And encapsulant is a very important material that goes into solar panel manufacturing. So this will not only give us better advantage on our cost competitiveness, but also gives us a good control on our supply chain, because encapsulant has been imported in India historically, and this will help us to make in India initiative by the Modi government as well, and it is aligned with that initiative. And so this will really help us to get better control on our costs and quality.
All right. Hi, Mr. Mathur. This is Kanishka also joining in. Just wanted to understand if you're also developing specialized EPE films specifically for N-type TOPCon or HJT modules. Will that be to differentiate yourself from players who already buy generic films?
Yeah, so actually these are specialized films. So for monoperk modules, you require EVA films, and for TOPCon, you require EPE films. So these are specialized films, and these are in various GSM and thickness, and but because of the configuration, and since we will be manufacturing it ourselves, we will have better control on our quality. And this will give us an upper hand over our competition, and will give us a better competitiveness with our customer in terms of long-term reliability of our product.
And Mr. Mathur, if you can take us through how much of your total internal requirement will this 2 gigawatt plant cover once your Odisha facility fully scales up?
Yes, so 2 gigawatt is the first step, and currently our capacity is 4.8 gigawatt. So it covers part of our module manufacturing, and when will our Odisha manufacturing starts, this will cover almost about 25% of our requirement. But we have plans to scale it up as we move forward, and as the production grows for solar panels as well as solar cells, we will also look at further expansion of our encapsulant manufacturing as well.
Okay. Mr. Mathur, speaking of your Odisha facility, phase 1 of this facility was slated for the second half of FY26. So does that begin anytime soon? And if you could tell us what will be the revenue potential in the first quarter once you've commissioned this plant?
Yes, so Odisha plant is well on track, and we intend to commission the plant by the last month of this financial year. So the revenue will start coming from the first quarter of next financial year. And this is going to be further 4 gigawatt of module manufacturing. So we should see a substantial gain in our top line as well as bottom line. Cell manufacturing is also on track, and the cell manufacturing equipments will come around the same time, around March, April. But we will be able to start revenue from the beginning of H2 of next financial year.
And Mr. Mathur, let's also talk about a recent order for your subsidiary Satvik Solar. It received about 486 odd crore order for supply of solar PV modules. It is to be completed by December next year. Given the volatility in raw material prices that we are seeing, any strategy to protect your double-digit EBITDA margin guidance?
Volatility is actually um, kind of ingredient of this industry. So as the order which we currently have won will take care. There's a change in law, which is captured in the order, and we will be booking the raw material back to back, so that our margins are protected. And that's what we have been doing for our other orders as well. So that our double digit margins are there to remain.
Okay. And Mr. Mathur, last time we spoke, you had mentioned that your order book was nearly 4 gigawatts. So tell us, where does it stand now, and by when do you expect it to be executed?
So last time, September 30th, our order book was actually 4.68 gigawatt. So which had a substantial raise from 3.8 to 4.68. This quarter end, we will be announcing our order book, which you will see that has substantial gain. Along with, we have supplied lot of orders from this order book and added new orders. So the business is well on track, and we continue to add new orders as we move forward.
Okay, so that's as far as your order book position is concerned. But Mr. Mathur, last time when we spoke to you, you did tell us that tariff-related stress in the United States is perhaps going away and receding. Any improvement on that front? Any kind of comments that you would like to share with us? Also, are you pivoting your export strategy toward Europe or other Middle Eastern countries? Or is the domestic PM Surya Ghar and Kusum demand sufficient to absorb your upcoming 4 gigawatt capacity here in the domestic market itself?
So US is in the plan, but I have not seen any major change in the tariff in US. Still, we are doing about maybe a 1% of our sales in US, and we are very protective of our business margins there. So we are doing shipments only on FOB or ex warehouse basis. But India market itself is very strong. If you see in the first till November this financial year, India has installed about 27 gigawatt of solar, which is AC. So effectively, you're talking about 36, 37 gigawatt already installed in the 9 months period, rather 8 months period. So this India market is growing. This year will be growing almost 100% over last year. So we see substantial demand in India, and our focus, being an Indian company, is to first focus on India market, and we'll see about US market once the tariff situation improves. Apart from that, for other markets also, we are working on those markets, but as long as it makes financial sense and is profitable, we will be pursuing those markets in the future.
All right, so that's about the export strategy. But Mr. Mathur, before we let you go, a quick word on the outlook. Now, you have mentioned earlier that the second half of the fiscal is typically stronger than the first half. So, given that context, do you expect the fourth quarter of FY26 to be your highest revenue quarter this time around?
Firstly, we are focusing on the third quarter closure, and we are very hopeful that third quarter also is going to be very pleasantly surprising for the market. Our numbers. Fourth quarter is definitely the highest in this industry. So we are very hopeful that fourth quarter will be even bigger than the third quarter.
Okay, so that's the word coming in on the outlook going forward. Mr. Mathur, thank you so much for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now. But with that, we need to slip into a very